All right, let's move on quickly before we start fading into non-existentness. Okay, we're going to move on to our reviews now, and everyone here's got a review. I absolutely have barely no idea what anyone's going to be reviewing, so I think we're going to start off with Jake. Jake, what is your review?
Um, it's a brilliant one. Okay, I mentioned a couple of podcasts ago, or last podcast possibly, about everybody should check out a trailer for a film called The Human Centipede, and they'd be grossed out and stuff. Well, I had the fortune of seeing the film, and oh my god, it's just there. It's amazing. It's so good, but it's so disgusting and just brilliant. If you're into really bleak, depressing gore, it's just awesome. It's so bleak. It's unbelievable. It's got one of the most bleakest endings I've ever seen. And the best thing is I've just found out tonight, literally, it is part one of a two-part film.
Ooh, wait a minute. There's going to be more of that?
Yeah, there's the Human Centipede first sequence and the Human Centipede full sequence.
The full sequence?
And it's, right, you know in a horror film where it's like pretty girl gets attacked, pretty girl gets mildly hurt, pretty girl gets away. That does not happen here. It really doesn't. Pretty girl gets owned.
Owned badly? How badly?
Very badly. The ending, I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but it's almost impossible not to.
Well, for all our viewers absolutely have no idea what the Human Centipede is, can you give us a rough idea of the plot?
Yes, I can. Of course I can. Two young Americans are backpacking through Europe, and they end up in Germany. And as per typical, so far their car breaks down or something. And they wander through the forest alone and scared, and then they stumble across a bloody great house in the middle of the forest, as you do. And so they think, oh, it would be a good idea to knock on the door. And the guy seems really nice at first, and he's German, and then he drugs them. And then they wake up in his underground surgery lair place, torture place, and it just goes full tilt crazy from there.
Okay, so is the Human Centipede basically the autobiography of Joseph Fritzl? Because it already sounds a bit like that at the moment.
Like if Joseph Fritzl was a surgeon. But, God, if you don't like needles, don't like drips, if you don't like surgery, do not watch this film. There's a shot of a woman and she goes to run away and she forgets she's got a drip in and she yanks out, blood splats everywhere, and it's just, it's yuck.
Love it.
Oh, it's awesome.
On the upside, if you've got a medical fetish, you'll probably love it.
How are the performances like in this kind of movie? Because from the trailer, I couldn't tell.
Dieter Lazer, who plays Dr. Heiter, this is all German, I can't pronounce this, is fantastic. He's just insane. It's brilliant. He's such a good actor. He is crazy. He's amazing. He's no remorse, relentless, crazy killer, just brilliant. He is the ultimate German Dr. Nazi bad guy.
Awesome. We here love crazy-ass Nazis and Germans and stuff in our movies like that anyway. So, top-notch quality. Sounds like you got me sold. You know what's funny about this? I'm glad you did the review of it, because recently with the trailer coming out, people on YouTube were actually filming the reactions of them watching the trailer, which is really funny because it basically means like the Human Centipede is kind of like this year's edition of Two Girls, One Cup.
It's as Two Girls, One Cup, but what I will say about the trailer is it's just nowhere near as gross as the actual film. All the good stuff's cut out. What I expected was that he would make the Human Centipede right at the end, or they'd all escape and it wouldn't happen. But he does it early on in the film, and then they are the Human Centipede throughout the film, and it's horrible.
Yay!
I'm sort of spoiling the plot here, but you can't grasp it till you see it. Go watch it. It's just yuck.
That is the best description of a movie ever. The Human Centipede. Yuck.
Got a big face.
Oh, absolutely brilliant. Well, definitely I'll see if I can rent that or see if it pops up. I don't know if it'll pop up here in the cinema, but I'll definitely try and watch that and see how long I can last without getting a bucket.